Hey Dan, thank you. Thank you for dropping in. I hope you sleep well. Oh, the time zone difference. I remember a time when we were in the same zone. Hold on, give me 1 second. Whew, okay. I had to get water. Keep on reminding me. It's like water. Alrighty. Hola, Crispy. How are you? Why do I feel like I'm all over the place? It's because I'm a procrastinator. I kept looking at the time and I'm like, it's almost 8. And then it was 7:50 and I was like, all right, let me try to get everything together. Hello. Okay, to recap. Doki Doki Literature Club is not what we think it is. If you have not watched part 1, I suggest you stop watching this video and go watch part 1 first. But if you've already played it and you don't mind. In part 1, we pretty much ended up on... Wait, Crispy, did you finish part 1? I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it. Because it was nothing that you could guess from the beginning of the game. They started to allude to what happened, but it was still shocking. And I'm good. Should I get my glasses on? Alright. And this goes here. And this. Hello, Mr. Ozzy. So, is the bot not working today? I really don't appreciate that the bot decides when it wants to work now. I will change nothing and the bot will be there, and then suddenly the bot won't be there. A moment. YouTube is very much not live friendly, and it takes a lot to pull up the chat so I can actually see something. Okay, there we go. Are gonna get a wildly different experience. Dang. I'm so excited / nervous to see where this game goes because it's just been taking so many turns, and apparently the second half is supposed to be even crazier, but Streamlabs, where you at? Okay. Oh my goodness. Don't start, please. Don't start. I'm testing the bot. Yeah, it's not working. It's very odd. But very, very weird that it just chooses to work randomly. Well, whatever. Okay. Get everything set. Alright. Hello, Akrab. How was your day? Yeah, I actually went back and rewatched it once as well, and I was like, dang. I was just so shocked at the imagery of it, because it seemed obvious where things were going. Um, but I was just, I don't know. The fact that the image is just like messed up now. Kiba, come over here. Come here. Go lay down. Hey, no, no, no. Kiba, over here. Come. Lay down here. Good girl. Alright. Okay, guys. So, the spoiler was that, oh, wow. I can't click away from it. Whoops. What was her name again? I always mix it up because there's Yuri, there's Natsuki. Dang, I'm just waiting for them to get into the chat. Sayuri, Monica. See, and it's funny because my boss's name is Monica, so. And she was like the lead. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Expand Journey. But yes. Whatever you're talking about, I'm sure the answer is yes. Okay, guys. Oh gosh. See, at first I thought it was gonna be like this the whole time. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Is the sound good for you guys? It's a bit louder than it was in part 1. So let me know if you need me to turn it down. I actually want to turn it down for myself, because it's unnecessarily loud in my ears. That girl is, wow, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because we've known each other for so long. Sorry, I'm trying to look at your image. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Wow. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. For real, where is Snack? I mean, I know a lot's been going on over there. So what? This is my guess, that the game is gonna go through life as if she never existed. Like the perspective of her being absent. There's always an anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs? There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to not want to deal with. I guess I had no choice but to start with the anime club. Dolly? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some samples to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so instead of continuing after her death, it's as if she never existed. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I could see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Dolly? By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, the pose. Is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, Dolly, you know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? Shall we go then? Oh, I skipped the last one, whoops. She's looking for something. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the room and upstairs, a section of school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Spaceman, what's up? Welcome in. Have you played this game before? Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Wow. I'm back. No, it's my first time. And I brought a guest with me. Huh? I don't like the glitchy. A guest? Shh, enough. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Dolly. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. Yeah, no spoils, no spoils. So I ran into Dolly in a classroom and he decided And she decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Dolly? They're all fake. Oh my goodness. I can't even live like this. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Hey, Tiana. No, you didn't miss anything. So far, basically, instead of continuing from the point of Sayuri's death, it's replaying as if she never existed. But there's like glitches where she's supposed to be. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. Yinny! You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? At least Yuri's the same. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Dolly, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Hey, Snack Attack. What's up, Snack? We were talking about you fighting Monica earlier. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem on our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Dolly? Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my chain of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Dolly. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed, so if writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Dolly? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Dolly, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Dolly, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Dun dun dun. Sorry, I'm taking a moment, letting it sit in. I'm wondering when it's gonna turn up. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Dang, I wonder if Yuri's gonna be like the next victim, you know? Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh. Can you hear me? That scared me. That was a whole poem? Can you hear me? Dang. I wonder if this whole game is gonna be me falling in love with these girls and watching them all die one by one. Alright. Wrath. Journey. Melancholy. Rain cloud. Dazzle. Misery. Disoriented. Promise. Heart. Starscape. Peaceful. Together. Climax. Unending. Depression. Beauty. Unrequited. Tenacious. Twirl. Try to keep it even. Pure. Imagine I'm picking cheeks. Oh my gosh. Hi again, Dolly. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Dolly. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. I can't even read what she... Natsuki can certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Yo, Monica, move, bro. Why are you in front of the freaking writing? Monica. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Dolly. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Well, wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not like that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So, even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice principal and all. Vice president and all. Doing like a shy voice is so... That I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Is the background tilted? What do you mean? Dang! What do you mean? Is it something on my stream end, or you're saying the game? I don't know. Okay. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I didn't even notice that it was tilted. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent it to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Did you see her eyes? Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. Wait, this is different than the other book she gave me. The other book was like, and then everything keeps going wrong in your life. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Dolly? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm leaving this club. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. I mean, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should just let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body, what? My whole body gets what? What happens to her whole body? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. That scared me. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? Alright, I'm about to be speed reading these. I forget that I'm on a time limit. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead of using my right hand to hold the book open, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Wait. Bathing in the feeling of your body heat. Ooh. About seeing weird things. Yeah, saying weird things. Yeah, I agree. And she's like, sorry, I guess I just get a little stuck in my thoughts. I'm like, Yuri's low-key scaring me this time around. Alright. Incredibly. We're gonna figure something out. Okay, okay. Thank you, by the way, guys, for going back and telling me what it said. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb's gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Look at her face. Gary, what's up? Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? And never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Oh, I'm good. Gary, how was your day? I hope it was well. Excited to see where this is going. Yuri is definitely piquing my interest this time around. I was all about Sayuri last time. I felt like we clicked. But now Yuri's being super weird and it interests me. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Dolly? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Dun dun dun. Facts, accurate. Alright, let's start with Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. We read this before. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Ta-da. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Oh, all these choices. Hi, Dolly. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Dolly. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Dolly. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. These are so... they're like jabs, but kindly. Like, wow, she's so out of touch with reality, but not in a bad way. Like, goodness, how starved is she for the social interaction? But like, you know, be kind to her. It's like, Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time that you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. A hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. You think I'm the he? Or is that a wild guess? Monica, quit talking so loud. Yeah, I just imagine her to be super loud. Just like, hi! Oh my gosh, yes, we're very happy to have you. Yo, Spaceman, don't scare me like that. You're stressing me out, like, jeez. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is like this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Oh, this is when I started to get tired of her. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first one, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Snap, 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 snap. I remember we liked this one. When she said, I flicker back, I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't really read the script that often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Dolly. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Dolly. Me too. And Flicker, oh my gosh. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess it's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Yeah, it has me cringing, Crispy, but it's like, I want you guys to know how I read it in my head, because that's why I couldn't stand her the first time in part 1. Because, like, oh man, it just gets me. Not that there's anything wrong with being shy, but if I was gonna choose somebody, it wasn't gonna be Yuri. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Dolly did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Dolly liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was very impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Bum bum. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Dolly appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh, well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Dolly started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy girl. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove something, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? I don't like that. That's messed up. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the hell is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Dolly hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing there. Dolly... She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I... Oh! But whomever I agree... Oh! I mean, I think it was the same thing. Like, how did I get involved in this mess? Whoever I agree with, blah, blah, blah. No, 100% Natsuki is completely in the wrong. See, my thing is, like, no matter what the argument's about, no matter how heated it gets, I don't care what's being said, like, you never throw in somebody's face, like, the things they've confided you in. You know what I mean? Like, if they trusted you to share something very personal, especially things concerning mental health and, like, trauma and just, like, I don't know, I feel like adverse situations. Like, that's never okay. Wait, what was the question? Who do I side with or who's wrong? Oh, shoot. Okay. Wait, but was the question who I'm siding with? Or was the question who is wrong? This is very important, and it would change everything. Because I'm 100% siding with Yuri. But I don't know if I'm supposed to click her name. I'm looking at Akrep and Crispy to save me. I'm stressed. Because I think originally, Sayuri was here to, or Sayuri was here to de-escalate the situation. Alright. Why did it do that? I clicked it, and it glitched. Are they switching the names? Is this a trick? Oh my goodness. Just seeing her face stresses me out now. Hey, Dolly. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. Comfort. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. See what you're doing? She's like, I feel like she's forging opportunities where they would bump heads, you know, like allowing situations to continue to escalate so that people show their worst colors, keeping me away from them, she's talking down on them in a way that kind of distances me from them. You know, she was like going in about Yuri, and now she's saying like, oh, you know, I'm sure you don't want to be around them, but it's okay, I'm here. Like, nah, I read that poem of yours. That poem wasn't in part 1. Right, Ozzy. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Dolly, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. There's something wrong with her, bro. What kind of control does she have over these girls? What is she doing to them? This is like what Nishi talks about. This is a simulation and she's controlling it. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. No spoils in the chat, by the way. No spoils. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. She's stressing me. I feel like she's a prisoner. Monica's like, it sounds like you don't want me around. I'm like, Yuri, blink twice. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Dolly. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate... I'm stressed. What are they doing to you? Hold on, let me save. Ah, jeez. Let's go a little cuter. I guess I don't have a choice, so I'm gonna go. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Dolly. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Dolly, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around and... Sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Harry, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. Okay. I rushed, thinking it was gonna disappear. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not? What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Oh, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Dolly. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki had already run off into the closet. Dolly, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club? Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah. But I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. See, this is new, so I'm very curious as to where it's going. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. What is going on? Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. Oh. I cannot. They should just say deep breathing. Sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale. Like someone sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh my god. Jeez. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Dolly, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is like getting me. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now, it's time to get the teapot. You're really doing this properly, don't you? You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little tune to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Dolly. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Dolly, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes. I have terrible reading posture. She definitely has scoliosis. So, that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position at the same time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Oh my gosh, with the little dust particles in the air. She's so beautiful. I do thoroughly enjoy the layers of her mind, I guess I could say. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Dolly. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I... Oh god, I can't do this. I can't. She's making me uncomfortable. Dolly. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arms. Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, like, just chill. Dolly, my heart won't stop pounding, Dolly. I can't calm down. I can't focus on now I don't want to do the shy voice. Now she's ruining it for me. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Dolly? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. It's time to share poems. Yo, I don't know about Yuri. When she said, I just want to look at you, and then her eyes were like, well, alright, let's start with Natsuki. She's the only normal one. She's the only consistent one so far. Although she crosses a lot of lines and has memory issues. Or I guess somebody rewrote her code. Who knows? Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew? What? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been like spending some time with her or whatever. But you know, Monica and I are just as good as her. At poems, I mean. So you should really try to learn something or you'll never get any better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. Amy likes spiders. We read this one. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. Well, she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as 2 of the girls in this very club, whom I respectfully won't name. Kind of ironic that even in my own place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Jeez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so whatever. We're done sharing, so you can leave now. Yo, these are so... Ugh. Okay, wait, hold on. I need this space here to be on. Okay. Let's go, Monica. Dolly, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. How does she know everything? I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to be spending so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. That's crazy. Not crazy like offensively, crazy like I didn't believe that. I can't believe it. Isn't that kind of messed up? She is a horrible friend, the way she tells everybody's business and doesn't console or comfort anybody that actually has the problem. She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. It's like masochism. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. See, all of hers are different this time around. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. What letters are missing? U, I, and the O's. I wonder if there's a secret message. Okay, let's read it all through first. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. And endless. Oh, we did read this one. Dang it. I remember Saggy taught me this word. Cacophony. 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 Cacophony? Cacophony. Dang it. I just know it's cough in the middle. Cacophony. Of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, growing. I can't read this. Violent, grating, I don't know. Squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. That's different. Endless. Something of meaningless. Delete her. That's it, yeah. Cacophony. Cacophony. Thank you. Wait. What did it say last time? Did it say erase her? Or did it say save me? Or what was it, delete her? I feel like it was something else. Does anybody remember from the first one? So what? So save me, yeah. So it starts off with save me this time. Save me, load me. Yeah, okay. Alright. Hold on now. So we're missing a U and I and O and O and A and A. I don't think it's gonna mean anything. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're probably not gonna be able to do anything. But I already started, so I'm gonna keep going. It's only vowels. It's not mostly, it's only. Does anybody know what this is? This PM and endless. Oh, I can't stand her. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult situation. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Please help me. Okay, wait, hold on. I need to write this down. Because remember that first secret poem was, can you hear me? And she just said it again, and now it says, please help me. And I bet this is freaking Sayori in the shadows. She's out here in the void. Please help me. That's my advice for today. Hi, Rith, what's up? Still trying to figure out what's going on. Thanks for listening. Okay. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Dolly, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. That makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Dolly. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Dolly? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now, I just want you to read my poem too. Okay? Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, tune controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Surely interesting. What do we think? I mean, she was just rearranging the sentence over and over again. But the word choices, bullhead, ship, portal, God, snakes, human eye, blood, wheel, skies, prayer. Those are the main words, and she just kept rearranging the sentences. But her big thing has been her breathing, her heart and her breathing. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. She's making me uncomfortable. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Oh, great. Another secret message. Right. Like, oh gosh. Can I rearrange the image? Isn't that just Monica? Dumbass. I don't even remember what freaking Yasuri looked like anymore. She freaking stole the memory from my head. True, Mr. Ozzy. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading. Oh, what? That's her. I'm not crazy. That's her. Right? Yeah, she had blue eyes. I remember. It's a little piece of my memory. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we... Wow, she's gone. We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're just going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Dolly joined, and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to be complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Dolly? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Dolly to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Dolly joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Dolly isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Dang, yo, Natsuki be coming hard for anybody. She said, yo, Monica, I know you run the show, but I'm gonna just let you know that my opinion matters too. Like, okay, Natsuki. Yep. Sagi, I cannot remember her name to save my life. Sayuri. Because I tried to say Sayori. Because I'm like, I don't think her name actually had Yuri in it, did it? Sayuri. Because so there's Yuri and Sayori. Sayuri? You know what? Forget it. She deleted her from my brain, okay? I can't remember it. Monica's clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. It is Sayori. Okay, so it is Sayori. Yeah, that's why. Okay. I knew it. Because I was like, I think it's slightly different from Yuri. I'm sure Yuri and Dolly want to get more members too. Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation. No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw the same way I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Dolly, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, If I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in this club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Dolly. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Dolly? What do you want to get out of this club? Oh, JX, I feel like that was a really weird part for you to come in on. Yuri's really freaking me out, but I still want to hang out with her when they give me the choice to choose somebody. Because I hung out with Natsuki last time. And, you know, yes, I mean, Sayori isn't a choice anymore. But yeah, JX, welcome in. Right, Crispy. Like, I've been judging Yin and Sagi ever since Yuri took a turn. I was like, okay. I don't know what priorities you got, but I don't know. Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide given and indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So, if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Why is she crying blood? Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri! I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also, a wonderful friend. Monica? I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll all talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Dolly? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna chat a bit with Dolly before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about, Saggy. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Dolly, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean— oh, see, when it gets like this, it starts turning up and I don't like it. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. Oh my gosh, she got me in a simulation, bro. We are the only real people. Everything else is a lie. I'm probably strapped to a chair with a fucking VR system on my head. Help me. What did she do to me? I'm probably not even alive. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly got to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you can understand. So that's why. Wait, not yet, no. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to match really well with Natsuki for the first time ever. What? Oh my gosh! That was my girl! Sayori! Sayori's there! What would Sayori want? Sayori would say captive. No! Sayori! Dang it! Dang it! I'm trying to find something. What would Sayori say? Maybe it was just the one time. Cheeks! Socks! I knew it! I knew we were on the same wavelength. Socks! I love socks. What else? How else can I get her? Friends? Oh my goodness, I didn't even look at the numbers. Hold on. Dang it! Dang it. I've never seen Yuri so happy before. Hi, Dolly. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica, I told you not to. Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Me? Nothing. Is it really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just felt like I needed to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything. Oh man, I'm the last one here again? Well, Dolly just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still making time for piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival and, right. I forgot. About that, Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday and, well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're all working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Sorry, that last part was kind of funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something, but I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt, as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know. So I'm gonna help too, and we'll make sure it's done right. Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica? Monica? Yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, Dolly, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Dolly is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes. Thank you for understanding, Monica. Hold on, let me save. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Oh, jeez. Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. This is the same exact conversation. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to pull this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. To plug. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, May I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. Yeah, like, is this the same exact thing? 10 minutes pass. Well, it is, so far. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Why are they making us go through this again? Oh, great. Wait. How did I... Sorry, I just had a really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head has been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't really been showing or anything. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we started spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them. But expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least, that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me. So, I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies. And the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently, something's been wrong. I don't know what it is, but every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy. Like it's going to rip out of my chest. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Dolly? Is it just me, or has Monica been acting a little off lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club. But recently I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Her eyes. Yeah, Mitchell. Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she's always listening. But finally, we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah. I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends. And then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was a joke. Just a joke. It's Monica. Fucking Monica's shadow is freaking... She's possessing this girl. I do like knives, though. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. I've gotten them all from various artisans. I make sure to give them all their fair share of use. I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's why I'm so happy you joined the literature club, Dolly. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore. Because we have each other. Every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention that other pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school. And read together. Eat together. Sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? It's everything we could ever want. Isn't that why you joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other. And now we get the happy ending that I've patiently waited years for. Will you do that with me, Dolly? Who should I show my poem to first? Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. That's just a glare on the screen. Whew. Well. Yo, that was supposed to just be her shy voice, but now it's the creepiest thing ever when she gets that way. And then we can just do anything together, like all right. Nothing to do. Oh my gosh. I don't even know who to start with. I'm scared of everybody. Natsuki's the only normal one. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri, I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So, you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So, at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay? This looks like a letter. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been oh my goodness! I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person I shall listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist? I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm gonna hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a real good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Yo, they're like prisoners out here. Like, hey, here's my poem, and it's just boom, help. Like, ugh. My goodness. Alright, a moment. Oh. Alright, hold on, sorry. Don't worry about it. The wire was wrapped around my leg and it pulled my body. Uh-oh. I changed my mind. Oh my god, Monica knows. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Dolly? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. No! Oh. Ooh. I was like, no. Oh my gosh, I'm stressed. Yeah, that smile face on the YouTube emotes or emojis, they look so funny. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Yuri. To carry. Finally. Yuri holds my palm to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Dolly, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Dolly. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my palm to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. Yuri's wifey! Yuri's wifey! Can anybody read this? I'm trying to find a word that... I don't think they're real words. Oh my god, I didn't even notice the yellow stain, bro. Ooh. I thought it was just like the lighting. But no, like when you, oh my god. Okay, if this doesn't make him feel some way, I don't think anything will. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about... More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. Gary, I appreciate you sticking through. Wait, why? Thoughtful is a word. Stratos, what's up? Have you seen this before, Stratos? Here we go. Don't say I didn't warn you, Dolly. How are you gonna give me a yes or no question? Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? I feel like I should say no. Off of nothing. But I'm a horrible guesser. Like when I was in school, if I guessed, I got it wrong. I had to just know the answer. So what do you guys think? People who've never played this game before. Akrep, what do you think? Taylor. Crispy. I don't know. We don't say yes to nothing. Right. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking no too. I don't want to... But what if that's what she wants me to think? What if she's thinking that I'll think that I should say no? I'm gonna do it anyway. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm gonna be printing and assembling all of the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, I was thinking, I want to make cupcakes. Yeah, that. Glad we're on the same page. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want, as long as you think it'll help. Monica, I'm not useless, you know? I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. What about Dolly? Dolly's gonna help me. No! Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious. But my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What? Your cupcakes? Please. Like you would freaking know. All you care about now is dragging Dolly around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Dolly decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Dolly make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Dolly, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. Jesus Christ. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I really want to hang out with Yuri because last time I hung out with Natsuki and I don't want to hang out with Monica. But she said none of this stuff would be happening if you just hung out with Monica. So if I hang out with Monica, do you think it would save somebody? Or do you think we should risk it for the biscuit and see if we should just hang out with Yuri? Or maybe she'll tell us something new, or maybe she'll be normal. What do you think? What do you think? People who haven't played yet. Taylor, Crispy, Akrep. What do you guys think? Because I don't know, I've never seen Yuri's situation. Yo, always ready to risk it. Alright, let's do it. It's controlling me. It's pulling my thing down. No. Oh, I'm so scared. She's gonna make me click Monica. It's pulling it. Look, look, look. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay, alright, we can't mess this up. She's trying to make us press it. Oh my god. I thought I had a choice. Ooh. Oh my god, it's so hard. Oh my gosh. Wow. It can't. You can't click it. You can't. Ah! I clicked Natsuki. Dang it. Wow. When you make it to level 2. Which one do you think is not Monica? I feel like this one maybe. Oh! Yay, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Like, way to force yourself on somebody. Are you freaking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking Dolly for yourself? What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Look at her eyes. Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Dolly away from me every single time you're not included in something? Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See? That wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yeah, David, it's a lot. Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Dolly. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out of the door. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Dolly, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day with just the two of us? Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? This is super toxic and scary. I'd be really, really scared about this. She's known me for like 3 days. But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Dolly. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of my blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Dolly, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself. Do you guys hear the creepy laughter? And I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Dolly. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? I vote no. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not with it. She's coming on way too strong. I like for my partners to have a good sense of self. Yuri, hold that thought. Alright, Taylor. Why did you guys make me press no? Okay. Dang, she has this whole message for me and I can't even read it. They're really making me go through this whole conversation. I wasn't interested, Spaceman. I didn't think she, you know, like, dang. When they said pocket knife, I wasn't imagining a Michael Myers knife. Okay. Oh. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I would have been clicky, clicky, clicky. Oh my gosh, days are going by? Whoa. I really didn't expect her to do that. I thought... I thought she was gonna tell me that, you know, like Monica was doing something, you know? Alright, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me? I thought I was pretty... Oof. Natsuki runs away. I'm here! Dolly, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. 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 Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Dolly? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Whoa, she deleted Natsuki too? I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from this tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Yeah, I don't like being manipulated like this. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Dolly. Welcome to the literature club. Of course, we already know each other, but we were in the same class last year, and you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Dolly. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation. About that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Sorry. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Dolly? Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Oof. My bad. I heard Kiba cry. I got really worried. She does that when she's really excited. I was like, is she okay? They're like, yeah, she's just fine. She's just excited. Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Dolly. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Dolly. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Dolly. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That's it, that it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it. So, that being said, Dolly, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here, making me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Dolly, will you go out with me? When they give you one option. Oh. Well, I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Dolly. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I didn't even think time I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Dolly. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anyone will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm like, so they told us where to go just so I could go do it. Wow. Trying to not spell her name as much as I can. Alright. Hi again, Dolly. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Oh, Dolly, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Dolly? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Hi everyone. Everybody say hi to Monica. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. Oh shit. Wow, she's so fake. Did I scare you? No. You're so cute. Anyway, Dolly, I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun, as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. Okay. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Am I stuck here forever? There's a really popular character type called Tsundere? Tsundere? I don't know. It's someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. At first, I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something. But once I started to learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know, how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time. I think it's really gotten to her, so she has this really defensive attitude all the time. And I'm not even going to talk about her home situation, but looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. Hold on, I just want to know if she's going to tell me something about Yuri. And then I'll delete her. Oh my gosh. Stop staring at me, bro. You know, it's been a while since we've done one of these, so let's go for it. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things like, I could never do that. It's really depressing, you know? As someone who loves more than anything else to share the joy of exploring your passions, it pains me when people think that being good just comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Sometimes when you finish, you feel really proud of it and even want to share it with everyone. But maybe after a few weeks you come back to it and you realize it was never really any good. That happens to me all the time. It can be pretty disheartening to put so much time and effort into something and then you realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you're always comparing yourself to the top professionals. When you reach right for the stars, they're always going to be out of your reach, you know? The truth is, you have to climb up there, step by step. And whenever you reach a milestone, first you look back and see how far you've gotten. And then you look ahead and realize how much more there is to go. So sometimes it can help to set the bar a little lower. Try to find something you think is pretty good, but not world class. And you can make that your own personal goal. It's also really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge project and you're still amateur, you'll never get it done. So if we're talking about writing, a novel might be too much at first. Why not try some short stories? The great thing about short stories is that you can focus on just one thing that you want to do right. That goes for small projects in general. You can really focus on one or two things. It's such a good learning experience and stepping stone. Oh, one more thing. Writing isn't something where you just reach into your heart and something beautiful comes out. Just like drawing and painting, it's a skill in itself to learn how to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides and basics to it. Reading up on that stuff can be super eye-opening. That sort of planning and organization will really help prevent you from getting overwhelmed and giving up. And before you know it, you start sucking less and less. Nothing comes naturally. Our society, our art, everything, it's built on thousands of years of human innovation. So as long as you start on the foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was really good advice. That's why I wanted to read the whole thing. And I completely agree. I feel like it goes well with what I was talking about with comfort zones when she was saying, if initially you reach for the stars, it's always gonna be out of reach. But if you take it step by step, then you'll get there. And another topic she brought up that I really, really liked was at the beginning when she said, when people will see your accomplishments or how, like, all the great things you're doing, or just maybe something great that you did or accomplished or made or whatever the case, you know, people will compare like, oh, I wish I could do that, or I could never, like, imagine being able to do that. But it does have that sort of implication that you somehow got there naturally. Like, oh, if only I were lucky enough to just naturally be able to do that. Whereas it really is somebody putting in the work, like making it a priority and putting in the time and the energy and the effort and making it important for themselves. So that is important to remember. Like, you can't look at somebody who put 10,000 hours into perfecting something and be like, oh, I could never. I could never be that good. Yeah, not without putting in the work, you know? Like, you could, but you would have to put in that much work. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, but even before I knew she was evil, like, Monica, I just didn't really click well with her. But it probably is because she just wasn't giving me much. Sorry. Yuri did something really funny once. We were all in the club room and just relaxing as usual, and out of nowhere, Yuri just pulled out a small bottle of wine. I'm not even kidding. She was just like, would anybody like some wine? Natsuki laughed out loud and Sayori started yelling at her. I actually felt kind of bad because she was at least trying to be nice. I think it just made her feel even more reserved in the club room. Though I think Natsuki was secretly a bit curious to try it. And to be completely honest, I kind of was too. It actually could have been kind of fun. But you know, being president and everything, there was no way I could let that happen. Maybe if we all met up outside of school, but we never bonded enough to get to that point. Gosh, what am I talking about this for? I don't condone underage drinking. I mean, I've never drank or anything, so yeah. Okay. So... Don't... there's no point in saving anywhere, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Wait. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can figure this out. Delete. I deleted her. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, why is she still there? Okay. What's happening? Dolly, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Dolly. Oh, this is a nice view. Please hurry and help me. Help me. Did you do this to me, Dolly? Did you? Did you delete me? How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Dolly. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Dolly? You completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. Right. Oh, okay, there's more. I still love you. Oh no. People like this is super toxic. I would expect nothing less from Monica. Let me belittle you. I hate you. I'm gonna call you out of your name. But I love you. Like, what? Are you okay? I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. If only people actually self-reflected the way Monica does. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... Oh gosh, Taylor. I've made up my mind. Dolly, I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends. And I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then alright, Crispy. Ah! She's back! And no Monica this time. Wow. Alright, I just wanted to check. So what happens now? This is like an endless loop. It's an ordinary school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about that time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey, Dolly. Well, there already is one girl. That girl is Sayuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day, and recently we picked up that habit once again. Dolly, are you proud of me? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. Mm-hmm. But you never even said anything about it, even though we walked to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say it out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Dolly, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm really not. I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo. You meanie. Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. But I started to realize that, in a way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she makes it happen. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is as ordinary as ever. And it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Dolly? What are you doing here? Well, I glance around the room. Huh? So you're the Dolly that Sayori's always talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Dolly. Wait, I don't know who's who. Is she girl one? We're the literature club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Oh no, she's girl two. This is girl one. Oh, why don't they have names yet? Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Honestly, it's really nice to see Sayori again. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Dolly, don't tell me. That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. Literature club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way, no way. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad having you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Oh! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! Wow, those look amazing. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. This is just like the original. I hope it's not going to make me play through the entire game again. I would like to play like a day or two. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us special permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. Alright, again. Hope to see you again soon. Eat well. What time is it? Oh, okay. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Dolly, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Oh, that's different. Hey, Yuri. Well, about, you know, the first thing he said. Manga. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it. For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know? So if Dolly wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Dolly? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayuri jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun, and we'll all get to know each other a little bit better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah, you're right as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri... I have to read manga? Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interests, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No. I've realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking too, Akra. But it only goes down? Gary, what? I thought it was gonna go up from here. Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? Oh, this is the first time they've hung out outside of the club. If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so... Yeah, me too. This is so cute! Sorry, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes. I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along. Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Dolly. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori. Aw, Dolly. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Dolly? I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. Oh, this makes me sad. Oh, welcome back, Ian. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now, but I really know everything, Dolly. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all of the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. It just makes me sad. Oh, jeez. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever and ever. No! Is Sayori being weird now? No! Oreve. No. Crispy, you spoke too soon. Well, we lost her, guys. We lost a good one. Sayori's my girl, and she's going through something right now, but it's nothing therapy can't help. What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Huh? Are they fight? Is Monica in the code fighting? What is happening here? Who? It hurts. Ugh. I'm sorry, I was wrong. What is going on? Sorry, I'm writing these down. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Dolly. Goodbye, Literature Club. Oh, because Monica is the one that took herself out of the equation and brought back everybody. But I guess she wasn't happy with seeing how happy everybody else was.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
Ah, so the pictures in gray are the ones that I never got to see? Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember this. So those were like the alternate scenarios that I didn't go through. So what, I just missed like 3 fake pictures so far? Hmm. Hey, my name is there, Dolly. But it's with Monica. That's crazy. Why did I have to get my name put next to hers? Made with Love by Team Salvato. Salvato. Oh. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand. The Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality. A reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you. For making all of my dreams come true. For being a friend to all of the club members. And most of all, thank you for being a part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. I mean, okay, hold on, hear me out. What if Monica was misunderstood? She realized that she's in a simulation, right? Like, imagine realizing you're in a game and realizing that everyone is fake around you. Like, they're not even real, they're just code. And there's one other person that's sentient, and you're trying to connect with them. So you know, she was playing around with stuff. And granted, she got a little dark and she was being a little pushy, but she probably, you know, like, you go crazy in situations like that. Then she tried to piece it all together, and it was beautiful, and everybody was happy, and everybody was connecting. But she stopped it again, and it says it here. She's like, I stopped it because I don't want them to go through what I went through, of realizing that we're not in a real world. There is no real reality. We're not meant to comprehend anything. Having realized that was horrible for me, I don't want them to go through it. So in the end, she ended it all for everybody. No pain, no suffering. I like. Script file is missing or corrupt. Please reinstall the game. That's crazy. The whole game is gone. Yeah, she done deleted all the files. Oh man. Yeah, I liked it. I really did like it. I appreciate you guys going through with me. Like, I was getting a little skeptical because I'm like, oh dang, like, are they just gonna make us keep replaying the game with like slight differences? But I think the game did a really great job at covering a lot of really serious topics, having genuinely like very deep conversation that actually provokes some thought. Some stuff was a little graphic, but and you couldn't really guess through it too much. Like, I'm sure, I know a lot of you guys have already played, but going into it completely blind, I had no idea what to expect. So it was really interesting. An emotional ride, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can, Taylor, but everyone kept saying that you can't avoid everything that happens, so so I don't know. I think if you did that, it probably would just somehow loop into the same stuff. Yeah, I love the psych games, and many more to come. So we'll have a new game next week. Cat Simulator. Oh my gosh. I know it was a psychological horror, and then we had this graphic like roller coaster of a game. I am gonna try to find a chill game. So we're gonna have a chill week next week. Um yeah, something nice, something that provokes thought but isn't like, okay, I think I need to like hug my dog type situation. So yeah, very interesting concept. I liked it, and I think Nishi would have really appreciated the end, like the whole um, fourth fourth wall type conversation. I did end up buying it, I will say. So thank you guys for letting me know when it was on sale. Um, I haven't played the first one, Gary, but I also, it's on my list as well. We will see. The games are always a surprise, so we have to wait till next week. I have a bunch of games to choose from, so I will choose something good from there. But yeah, anybody have any last thoughts, any comments, any questions, anything they want to add before we all go? This was like a perfect length for part 2, I think. But yeah, good night, Yinny. But yeah, everybody else, good night. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys have any thoughts about the game later, whatever the case, let me know in the comments, or you can always hit it up in the Discord too. Yeah, it's always fun with you. Sleep well, hydrate, hug your dog if you need to do so. And I'm excited for the next Psych Sunday. So yeah, take care guys. Bye.